All right, so today we're gonna be doing a little bottom fishing at a pretty obvious spot here. If you know it, you know it. I'm just gonna show you guys kind of the basics to how I bottom fish and what I use for tackle. So first off, you're gonna need a 3-ounce sinker. It's my go-to size for the Chippewa River where we're fishing at. It's perfect with the speed of the current here. I really like the Hog Hunter sinkers. They're flat, they're heavy, they just sit really well. Second off, you're gonna need a nice circle hook. I really like the Gamakatsu's. I think this is a size 4, I could be wrong, but really strong hook, sturdy. You're not gonna lose any big catfish or sturgeon or whatever fish you're going for. And then you're gonna need 2 beads. Doesn't really matter, you can get these really cheap at Shields. It's like $1 for like 50 of them. Second off, you're gonna wanna get a barrel swivel, really important. And then lastly, you just need some leader line. And what this is right here, this is a 100-pound Power Pro braid. I really like it a lot, really good line. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to rig this up. So I'll set my GoPro right here and get to it. So, first thing first, you're gonna wanna take your barrel swivel to your leader line. I like to leave about 1.5 feet leader, and I'll show you guys why I do that in a second. But you're gonna take your leader and you're just gonna tie it to one of these swivels here on your barrel swivel. I should say loops, eyelets, whatever you want to call them. I'm gonna go ahead and I tie a Palomar knot. If you don't know what that is, there's a million YouTube videos on it, so look that up. It's a really easy knot that's really strong. Pretty much my go-to knot for like anything I'm fishing. So we got our leader line tied to our barrel swivel. Just gonna cut the tag end real quick. All right, I like to leave about a couple centimeters of tag end, just so I know that tag end's not gonna slide through and the knot's not gonna come undone. I don't want that to happen. Lose a huge fish would not be good. So I have about 2 feet of leader line right now. Now I'm going to take you guys over here. So you can see I am using my musky pole actually. It's a 7.5-foot St. Croix Triumph rod. I believe it's heavy medium. I got 65-pound 832 Sufix on braid. So now we're gonna take our line from our rod. Sorry for the terrible filming. We're gonna take our line from our rod here, our braid. We're gonna put a bead on. And actually what I'm gonna do here, I kind of got some fray going on, so I'm gonna burn that off real quick. I'm just gonna take a lighter and we're just gonna burn the tip of this off. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed to do. So now we're gonna take our main line on our pole. We're just gonna kind of thread it through this bead right here. Once we got that on, so you guys can see, put that through. Then we're gonna take our Hog Hunter 3-ounce sinker, which we got right here. We're gonna put that on next. I actually like to put these on backwards. A lot of guys are gonna put them this way. So it's like facing the line, you know? So it's gonna be sitting under this bead like that. I like to put them on backwards so they're facing this way. So my hook is gonna be over here, and it actually kind of lifts your hook off the bottom a little more, and I like that. It's a better presentation. So we're gonna do that. We're just gonna feed this through. So now we got our 3-ounce sinker and our bead on. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take another bead and we're gonna thread that on below the sinker. So we have a bead on each side, making kind of a sandwich of that sinker. So the bead's kind of the bread. And the sinker's the meat, if that makes it easier for you guys. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our leader line. So this is the point of the swivel. This swivel, when I tie this on to my main line, it's gonna hold the sinker from sliding down. So I'm gonna take this and we're gonna tie another Palomar. I'm sorry if the filming's bad, it's kind of hard to do this from this angle. So we're gonna take this leader line, we're gonna tie ourselves a Palomar, thread her through twice. And I'm just gonna tie this real quick so you're not gonna see this part, but just tying another Palomar, pretty basic. And we're just gonna cut our tag end off. Just like that. All right, now I'll show you guys something real quick. I'll hop down here, reel this up like so, and I'll grab the camera and kind of bring it up here a little bit closer so you guys can see better. All right, sorry about that again. So now, as you guys can see, this barrel swivel down here is holding the sinker from sliding down, and that's going to keep it in place instead of using those little drop shots to clamp on there. Those slide down your line. This is permanent, and these beads are just acting as a protectant. They're making this weight slide easier, so it's not fraying up your braid. And also this bead's kind of protecting my knot on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. So when I cast it, when the sinker slides down, it'll hit the bead instead of the knot, and that'll give it some protection so my knot won't get all frayed up and weak. So then lastly, all we're gonna do is we're gonna tie our hook on. So I'm gonna set my rod down. I'll grab our Gamakatsu, I believe it's a size 4 hook, and we will tie this on. I'm gonna tie another Palomar. And the leader line kind of varies. I like to use about 18 inches of leader line, sometimes 2 feet. It depends on the conditions of the bottom of the river, and I'll show you that in a second once I get this tied on. Yeah. And what I mean about conditions on the bottom of the river is boulders, sand, just whatever you think's on the bottom of that river. And where I'm fishing here today, there's a bit of everything. There's sand, there's big boulders. I'll show you guys in a second how I know that. Cut this off. So perfect. Bring that up. Fix our little tangle we got going on here. Fix. So anyways, I'll show you guys what I mean. So clearly you can see there's rock here. See that big rock? That came from up there. So over time what happened is that sandstone broke down, fell into the river, and we got big boulders like that in the river. And the reason I have such a big leader line on, it's actually like, let's see, once I'll set my pole down right here. See, my leader line is about 2 feet long here, maybe a little more. The reason I have it like that is so when I cast out, in case I land in a crevice like this, say I land in the crevice, the sinker's gonna hit the bottom just like that. And if I land in a crevice and I only have my hook tied 6 inches down, and I only have a 6-inch leader line, it's not even gonna get up above that crevice. So when I have a 2-foot leader line, that current is gonna kick the bait up, and that sinker's gonna get stuck to the bottom. So it's gonna kind of look like this on the bottom. The current's gonna be moving around my bait, and that sinker's just gonna be sitting in the middle. and that bait will be above that crevice, so the fish will be able to see that easier and they'll get to that. So that's the system I got going on today. And if you want like good bait, I'd recommend you can use full night crawlers like I have here during sturgeon season. Let's see, I like the neon ones during sturgeon season. I put a full night crawler on, put that same rig on the bottom, and I catch tons of sturgeon, catfish, whatever. But today we're primarily targeting pretty much whatever we can catch. We're gonna try to catch some catfish. I did pretty good yesterday. We're just kind of taking a break from just casting all the time. This is just easy river fishing. So yeah, let's get to it without further ado. And I'll show you how to I rig my worms too. So we'll take a full night crawler, big green guy like that, gross, right? Put the rest of these guys back in the shade. Take our hook, and when I'm rigging these up, I like to put the head of the night crawler actually on the bottom, because it's going to move more. It's going to put off better presentation, and you want the fish to hit the end of your hook and not the top. So what I do is I'll hook the night crawler once, just like that. Go about another 2 inches up the crawler, hook it again. Same thing, 2 inches, hook it again a third time. Hook it again a fourth time. Now it's kind of sitting like that. You don't want too much dangle off the night crawler. It is good presentation, but there's smaller fish in here and they'll just suck on the end of that crawler and pull it right off your hook. So you want it to look like something like that. And if I'm fishing at night, sometimes I'll put 2 night crawlers on, bigger presentation. But in the daytime, there's a lot of tinier fish that'll just rip that off, and you'll be going through night crawlers left and right. So without further ado, I'm gonna cast this out here and let's see what we can catch here. Stay tuned. Hopefully I'll catch something nice, whether it's a accidental sturgeon or a big catfish. We'll see what happens. He's gonna run. He is going. We're gonna let him run here. Look at that drag spinning. Trying to see if I can't get him to go over this way. There's a big sturgeon. Try not to injure this big girl. Beautiful, beautiful prehistoric fish. She's not as heavy and big as I thought she was. She's probably only a low 50-inch sturgeon, but look at the belly on her. She's just massive. There's way bigger ones down here. If I could hook into one of those, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'm happy with this any day. I don't see any tags on her. A lot of the sturgeon I catch in this area are tagged, which is cool. But before I let her go, I kind of want to clean off her face. Got some dirt on there. There we go. Got her gills in the water. Hopefully she can catch her bearings here. Whew. I think she might be ready. We just want to make darn sure. A nice drop off right here, which is nice. Is she ready? I don't know yet. Whew. Heck of a fight. Can't imagine hooking into one that's 80 inches long. Come on. I want to feel that tail kind of, see if she's ready to go. I think she's ready. There she goes. Another nice one. This one's a little smaller. Healthy fish here. Get a release on her. Here she goes. Off to the depths. Beautiful fish. See if we can get a hat trick today and get a third. Cat, beautiful fish. Oh, buddy, chill. Let this guy go. He'd be perfect to eat if you were to eat him.